Welcome. My name is Daniel. This is Group 15's project, also known as the Five Guys, and welcome to Vanilla's Adventure. Vanilla's Adventure is a maze game consistent of 5 levels. To kind of read over how to play the game, we're going to help Vanilla, which is our character right here on the left, navigate through 5 levels to show them that they are just as amazing as all the other flavors. The movements for this game is going to be 2 sorts of inputs. You get to choose either one. The first is the arrow keys, and the second one is WASD, or WASD for short. Some other nice things that we've kind of added on top of that is going to be the spacebar to pause the game. And if you want to finish playing the game, you could just press the X on the top right corner, or you can press the escape key. Vanilla has 3 lives, and we also have a cherry in each of the levels, and the cherry acts as a +1 to your life. And we'll kind of demonstrate that here in just a little bit. So going ahead and getting started, you'll see Vanilla coming out the bottom left, and I'm going to be using the WASD keys. So we're going to move left and right using A and D, and forward and backwards using W and S. We're going to go ahead and grab the cherry, which makes a sound, and let's go ahead and try to make through the maze. Real quickly, I do want to point out what it looks like if we were to get hit. You'll see as we go invulnerable for here for a little second, and that's just giving the user a little bit of time to move out of the way. Here we are on the second level. Oops, accidentally just hit one of the forks right over here. We're going to try this again. Going through, all of these different enemies that you kind of see over here all have different movements pertaining to what flavor, as what we've decided to call them, are. This in this case is going to be the chocolate, and chocolate is just going to be moving forward and down, up and down basically. So we're going to go ahead and move over, and here we are at level 3. These right here are going to be mints. These mints have a very unique path. Half the time they are going to be pardon me, moving around on its own, basically at random, and the other is going to be basically tracking the user, and it's kind of divided up on a 50-50. I'm going to go ahead and grab these. These are going to be some of another character, and these basically bounce around on the edges of the walls. And we are going to go ahead and get to the last level here. You'll see right here, we kind of have a combination of all 4, if I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3, and 4 different characters bouncing around. The chocolate's going up and down, the strawberry kind of moving at random, and we also have the mint as well, just kind of moving over there on its own. So we're going to go ahead and grab one of these. We're going to try to run through. And really interesting, and I'm going to stop right here before we go any further, is we do have a win condition and a lose condition. I want to first show you the win condition. After we pass through here, we will see that you get the screen of saying you won. Vanilla is happy. A nice little kind of hidden feature that Carter added was if you were to click on Vanilla, it actually changes its face, which is actually really cute. Also, since we are on this page, I do want to kind of add some of the struggles that we've kind of had. Some things that we were trying to implement but were not implemented. And one of that is going to be Vanilla itself. Originally, after you won, Vanilla would have been translating a little bit left to the right, just kind of bouncing back and forth, and just kind of dancing essentially. What ended up happening was something super weird. Vanilla would kind of show up on the left hand side and then just fly off the screen. So that was actually kind of one of the funny things. Going back a little bit into showing how to exit the game, you can replay the game using clicking right here on replay. You can go back to the main menu, or you can just quit the game directly from inside the game itself. So we're going to go ahead and click on main menu real quick one more time. You will see we're back in here. Again, we can click on all of these. Some of the assets that you've seen so far, you kind of mostly see these already. Pardon me. The first of which is actually going to be the font. The font itself is an asset, and also including all of the characters that you see on the screen right now. Lastly, all the levels that we've seen, levels 1 through 5 themselves, are actually assets, believe it or not. So that was actually really, really fun and working out. Since we are on the screen, I do want to talk about a couple of other important, a couple of other really interesting things. Uh, One of the hardest challenges that we had, and we actually ended up solving, was actually the creation of the levels themselves. We kind of used a matrix and basically mapped out a bunch of zeros and ones to kind of build it to begin with. However, what ended up coming out of this was the game became very, very laggy because those recs were constantly being refreshed onto the page, causing massive, massive frame drops. So that was probably one of the biggest struggles that we had building this game. All right, well, going on and showing you what it looks like to lose. If we were to go over and let's just go ahead and just run right into the strawberries, and we will see what it looks like. And maybe real quickly, hopefully I can maybe show you what it looks like for the cherries real quick. So we have the cherry here, makes a nice little sound, which is really, really nice. And if I were to hit, you'll see that vanilla is going to go invisible for a second right there, and just gives us a little bit more time reiterating what we were saying. Now this is going to be our lose state. So basically what ends up happening here, and again, you can click around and see vanilla is not a little bit, is not too happy. But this is going to be our lose state right here, and you'll just basically see that you lost, vanilla is sad. And again, just like in the win condition, we can retry it again, go back to the main menu, or quit. Going over of a couple other little things. To be honest with you, this project was this creation in and of itself is a fantastic job. Absolutely loved it. Kind of reiterating over the kind of interest, the main points here is that the objective is to get from level 1 to the end of level 5. And the rules, make sure you don't get hit by the other flavors, or in this case the enemies. The fail state we've kind of already shown. You've kind of seen the gameplay, so it's actually really simple and actually a lot of fun. I've caught myself playing this game many times, and just kind of hearing these assets that you've seen before. We have the sound playing constantly in the background. We also have the little popping whenever vanilla hits, or whenever vanilla hits another flavor. Picking up a cherry is another sound as well. Um, but this basically, all in short, just kind of is a demonstration of our game. Please let me know if you have any questions. And just the last point is, again, reiterating the original features. Some features that we kind of planned was to use a matrix, and we kind of did use that matrix at the end, but it looks a little bit different now. And secondly, the things that were not added was vanilla on the win condition on the win screen was trying to tilt back and forth, but that ultimately did not work out. But hopefully you enjoyed and have a good day.